Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Barrel Roll Playcast. I'm Justin. God damn
I
it!
beat me to it.
I can't believe the recording stopped.
Yeah,
Damn it!
that sucks.
So
Oh
we were
well.
so what we were like almost what like 10 minutes into the other episode. We're recording another. We're recording this. We're gonna record the same episode. It's that OBS was being weird and it stopped for whatever reason. And I panicked because I thought I broke OBS. I was like, oh no! But no, we're back again. The game we're playing is Override Mech City Brawl for PlayStation 4. I don't know if it's on Xbox One.
Oh god, the shadows, they're back.
Shut up, that's so funny.
No, I thought I saw something on my hand.
When I told you about the seals. You gotta keep the seals in place or else they get through.
No, but it's not October yet.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we can do it yet. Anyways, so today we were gonna talk about being able to tell between the voice actor or actor and the character that they play. And we already got into it earlier. So and I did have a story set up, but I'm not gonna tell it again, cause
Get it.
okay. So for last time, I'll tell it again, just cause I thought it was pretty dumb of me. I thought I was hearing voices late at night, and I sleep with one of. I have two phones just because they don't both work. So I was just I have two phones for whatever reasons, and it kept hearing these little small voices. And I thought I was going crazy until I started hearing a familiar song, and I ended up feeling dumb because I was actually scared enough to get nervous peepee. And I was like, oh god, yeah, this is how I go out. I get dragged to hell or some bullshit like that. No, I started hearing 24 Hours Cinderella from the Yakuza Zero soundtrack to realize that my phone had, I guess at some point in time, may have like turned it on or something. The music turned on by itself, but it was playing
Yeah.
the entire time, and I was just being
Huh.
dumb. I was like, okay, well, there we go. I had no reason to be scared. Not today, Satan. But so today again we're gonna talk about people who can't really different. I can't.
Between character and actor.
Yes, people who can't tell between the character and the actor. So obviously this is gonna deal with Laura Bailey, Kellen Groff,
Yes.
Kellen Groff, Groff. Is that how you say his name? Last name?
I'll look it up.
Well, people who play characters that you may not agree with, or like villains, like characters who are like kind of these, like Laura Bailey plays Abby from The Last of Us 2, part 2, Last of Us Part 2, and a lot of people didn't like her character for reasons that I can't say because they're super spoily. Robert, shut up. I can,
I'm literally looking something up.
yeah,
It's Kellen Goff.
Killing Goff.
Yeah.
He played. Well, I guess some people would know him first as um, Funtime Freddy.
Diablo.
Funtime Freddy. At least that's how I saw it. It's not like that's how I heard of him. And he is Diablo, and he is amongst other people as well. And I think he's uh was he in My Hero? He's Overhaul. There we go. He's also Overhaul.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people, were like, "Oh yeah," but then they noticed that they're not really saying his name. Like, I get that their intentions mean well, but it's like there are people too. You gotta remember that there are people that work the same jobs, and it's not that they're like, "Oh, I'm just in it for the money," because if they can create a character you can hate, then they did their job right. So, but at the end of the day, his name's not Freddy, his name's not Overhaul, his name's not what was it, Diablo. He's Kellen. And you don't have to send death threats to Laura Bailey. She's not Abby. She's a person. Okay? It's like when I met Jason David Frank. Super cool guy. But I didn't go, "Hey, you're Tommy Oliver." I said, "Hey, you're Jason David Frank. Dude, I love the Power Rangers, man." And
He said, Hey, you're Jason David Frank, who plays Tommy Oliver, who happens to be the Green Ranger.
Shut up. I was still I was even surprised I could make sentences.
Yeah.
So, but it was just like this. I've been watching this guy since I was like a kid. Power Rangers is my life's man. It still is. And it was just,
Nerd.
I, you want to go? I'll go to your house right now. You live like down the street from me.
But you need to bring your two katanas.
No, I'm gonna jiggle your fence and let your dogs out.
Oh no. No, my dogs. I need
Actually, no, I'm gonna go and wake your dogs up.
them. Oh god, no.
You're like, you monster. But so there was that whole fiasco that Laura Bailey had with her getting death threats because of the whole Last of Us Part 2. Again, I'm not really gonna say anything because it's spoiler. But the game's been out for a few months. I feel like, what's the leeway on that? What's the what's
I'd
the
say wait 5 months.
okay? So, but just because
At most.
and we do plan on doing a let's play of The Last of Us. So
At some point.
yeah,
Hopefully.
so if you're interested in that, then we can do it at some point. But I don't know, like, well, it boggles my mind. Like, it's just I'm so confused that okay, yeah, it's one thing to be a fan of their work. I get that, and there's a bunch of ways to go at it, but you can't just go around calling like Christopher. Again, I'm gonna butcher his last name. Uh, what's his last name?
What are you talking about?
The guy who plays Aizawa. Windclamp, Campfire. You know who?
I don't remember his last name.
Huh?
I don't remember his last name.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now I look like a fool. Now, okay, I gotta look it up. Because I don't want to be that one guy who just talks out his ass. Let's see. It has to be Christopher Windcamp.
Yeah, I know his name.
Yeah, so people call him Aizawa, and I think it's like those role playing accounts or those super anime weebs. You know, not and I'm not saying there's nothing bad with anime, like people who like anime. It's just some people take it too far, and they just like, oh look at there goes Aizawa. No, that's not Aizawa. His name's Chris. All right, that's not you can't just do your whole little head canon fan weeaboo stuff. And then there's been cases where people stalk those characters or those people. It's like, all right, dude, come on. And there was that one guy who tried to kill Jason David Frank for whatever damn reason.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was just like
That was weird.
Okay, like it was just like it was super weird, and I thought, oh, God, like why would you do that? Like some people who and it's the same thing for actors, people who do like the shows like Supernatural,
Like live action
yeah,
actors.
is there are a lot of people who were, I think they changed their race or the gender to one of the characters, and a lot of people had issues with it. I think it had to been and it's escaping my mind. I wish I could have remembered it, and I know I'm being super vague about it, but there were like a lot of backlash, a lot of issues with it. And it's same thing with Robert Pattinson. Like he was a bad Batman and stuff like that. There was just like
When the movie's not even out yet.
yeah, when the movie's not even out yet. Yeah, and like there are a lot of people. There was somebody who said yes. There we go. I remember you said it. That one cosplayer who did The Witcher. Remember? She was talking about you telling me that she did something about The Witcher and stuff, and that she received a lot of backlash for it.
No, it wasn't a cosplayer. It was a YouTuber.
YouTuber, there we go. Sorry. Do you remember
Yeah,
what
there
it
was
was?
this one YouTuber, the proper bird, if I remember that correctly. I hope I'm. She loves The Witcher, the books and the games. Um, she saw the series, the Netflix series, and had a couple gripes with it. And they were pretty reasonable, nothing too outlandish. But she received death threats and a lot of hate over discussing the differences and what she didn't like, what she did like. and she was like, "I'm leaving The Witcher forever." Eventually things cooled down, and she took a pretty long break, and she's sort of rebranding. But she's starting to talk more about the stuff she likes, and she's back on YouTube. So things did die down, which is good.
Yeah, and that ties in with last episode that we did for gatekeeping. You know, like how quick that the fandom can like tear you apart and stuff, and that's what happened with the again very vague, but that's those same scenario that it was like, oh well, I'm no longer gonna be doing that because a lot of people don't like it. So and
Yeah,
you gotta remember that these are people too. These people are waking up at odd hours and doing all these weird things and putting their heart and soul into these characters to bring them to life for your entertainment. You know, God, it could be near damn near perfect, and they still find issues with it.
yeah.
It is
I
such
mean, that's just human nature.
yeah. I mean, so can you imagine? And I guess a lot of people say, oh, you have to have a thick skin, in this line of work, like this thick skin, and just and everybody will always have something to say about you,
Hmm.
and I just, uh, that's why I was like a little hesitant about wanting to do this whole YouTube thing because I know someone's gonna call me out and say something, and I gotta pretend like it doesn't hurt my feelings.
Right.
In reality, I'm just like one big fucking baby.
Yeah. Like you just like close your laptop and like you just start crying silently.
Yeah, like someone just comments is like, "Oh, I mean, this episode was okay." Yeah. But
Or they're
no,
like, "Oh, I enjoyed the episode, but you could have done this thing a little better." And like you close your laptop slowly, get your phone out, put on a Bakamitai.
no, I think you're saying you're gonna close your laptop and do that Ron Swanson thing, right? Just chuck it into the nearby dumpster.
Oh, yeah.
No, but I don't know. Like, what do you think that is? Why do you think people just again? It probably falls under why did anybody do anything? And even now,
Yeah.
since we're we have no choice but to watch a bunch of online services and stuff. Like, it's just like Christopher Wentcamp. I hope I'm saying his last name right. Like people are gonna probably call me out because I am not saying his last name right. Damn gatekeepers, found your way into this episode, you sons of bitches. Uh, so he remember how there was that discussion about pirating and doing like signing up for subscription because Kiss anime got shut down.
His anime got shut down.
And Chris Wentcamp did like this whole like tangent, like he went on this whole thing where it's like, "Come on, guys, support the actors and stuff. Like we're doing like we're trying to work really hard on trying to get you these stubs." I'm like, "Well, I don't have any money, so I don't like." It's just like, all right, whatever. And it's
Yeah.
for me, I'm like, I don't care. So it's like,
Like I understand his point. Like yeah, it's a hard time right now at least, and they are still trying to bring out entertainment.
but
But not everyone can.
afford like
Yeah.
those. And it's like that's one of those gray areas as well. Like there's some people out there saying like, yeah, man. I mean, just it's like it's hard to like catch those episodes like older animes and stuff like that, and those kind of websites
Yeah.
had that kind of thing going on.
And Funimation takes forever to update like episodes.
Yeah, which given the circumstances right now, I can see why. Like it's fine.
No, I mean in general, like even when things were fine,
Oh really?
yeah, they took like a year to update
Oh,
Dragon Ball Super.
I usually rely on Netflix, Hulu, and Crunchyroll.
Yeah, it's my typical go-to.
But and
And YouTube.
yeah, so also like people like that, and it's not just like people hating the characters. It's like they treat them as like they see them as that character, so then they can't really express themselves at all. Like they can't have an opinion. They can't be like, oh well, you're this and this. Why are you talking about this? Just stick to voice acting. You're not. You forget that they're also people too. They're trying their best to be individuals, and they can't show their individuality or express any opinions because they're associated with certain characters.
Yeah.
So that it,
Branding
yeah, it's like,
of
oh,
sorts.
you're like, oh well, you're blah blah blah. I wouldn't expect this from you. What's wrong with you? I never thought
Yeah.
that you're this person. I didn't know you were a fucking human being with feelings and thoughts and your own ideology. Like, as long as those people are not racist and making light of pandemics, Vic, you son of a bitch.
Speaking of Vic,
My seething hatred these years, my unknown
eggnog.
He's like, he doesn't know I hate him. I mean, hate's a strong word. I dislike him.
I mean, yeah.
Not a fan.
I forgot where I was going with this.
I hate that he's in Persona 3. I think he plays Junpei? Junpei?
It's fine.
Okay. What were you going to say?
I forgot.
No.
But it does involve Vince.
Robert!
Vic.
Quit that bullshit. I just saw the thing you put.
Vince McMahon and Vic.
Damn you. It was me, Austin. Yeah, like, and I feel bad for most of those, like Justin Briner, Chris Sabat, you know,
Sabat,
Chris the martial art,
Chris Sabat,
and
excuse me,
and Sean Schmeckles.
Yeah, I was gonna say it.
Sean Schemmel, like a lot of people like seeing like whenever they dick around, like because I mean you dick around, right, and stuff like that, but they see Sean, you know, Schemmel as Goku, right, the lovable. Oh, it's me, Goku. They don't see him as like a guy. Like he's just some dude who likes to hang out and like talk mess to people. Again,
he's cool man, big guy.
Now, if anything is cool, but like if like all this stuff that's true that you hear on YouTube and stuff like that, if that's true, I'm not advocating that that's okay. But you gotta remember that these people are just people. You can't just take them at face value like as the people that they play and stuff.
They also like to joke around and blow off steam, so
yeah,
it's normal
within the game and like blowing off steam as in like hanging out, making jokes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
nothing to do with racial or
like
homophobic. Horrible. You know, there's guidance where it's like okay, that's not cool and stuff like that. But you know, you gotta remember that these people, it's so hard for them to do it because they're doing something that's loved by millions. Like the people who do My Hero Academia, like Justin Briner, barely is on, you know, social media and stuff. His sister has a TikTok.
Oh, you got a sister?
I didn't either. My sister told me about it, and they, you know how they do that famous relative check, and it's just a bunch of pictures of Deku, and it's him. And I was like, oh, that's cool. That was pretty badass. But again, like some people try to avoid it, and it's not that they're not trying to interact with fans, but it's kind of hard, and it's a sacrifice. Not a sacrifice. I don't know why I said sacrifice. I'm actually looking at the override Mix City Raw because one of the robots just took a hit from me. No, but they had to give up a good portion of like their daily lives because they're being a part of something bigger, and they want to give as much as they can too. Like Justin Briner does it 100%. No pun intended, when he plays Deku or any other character he has. I think he comes out on Black Clover. I haven't seen Black Clover, so I don't know what character he plays.
I stay with me, but I'm not sure.
But you know, you gotta remember that, you know, they want to live their lives. They want to have fun too. They want to do their thing. They want to. I was watching him stream Hollow Knight, Justin Briner.
Right. He streams.
He said hi to me. Shut up.
That's like your shiny achievement.
Yeah, he said hi to me. He's like, oh, hello. I was like, hello. I too am Justin.
Sam Witwer?
Yes. He said, I told him that I finished Days Gone and I loved the game. And he was like, oh, dude. He's like, thanks, man. That really means a lot. I was like, you're handsome. You have a strong jawline. Hold on. Say that again. The mic cut out.
Give him a strong jawline. Please headbutt me in the face.
Oh yeah. He's like, can I get you?
Punch me with your chin.
Can you just like drop your chin on my head?
That was hurt.
Wait. He's also Darth Maul in the animated.
He voices Darth Maul. He does Sidious in like some of the stuff, like games.
He's also in Being Human, right? That's the name of the show.
Yes.
Yeah. So again, like him too, like he's, you know, he's an actor. He's just somebody who's just trying to be, you know, trying to give you the best entertainment. And what they're giving out is what you also need to give back. You treat others how you want to be treated. You need to treat them as a person. Like I did. I called him Jason Dan Frank. I didn't call him Tommy. You refer to him as their name. Let them know that, hey, you call them by their real name. And it's like, you know that
You know their real name.
Yeah. Or if you, like, if you can pronounce their name, you're like, oh, hey, I know your voice, blah, blah, blah. I'm a big fan. I really enjoy your work and stuff like that. Don't go out to them and just try to be all buddy, like, as if you know them because you know the character so well.
Yeah.
You know, like, a lot of people, like Grant Gustin, a lot of people try to race him. Like, I just, like, people just, like, imagine him just like, oh, well, it looks like I'm faster than the Flash. And like, yep, guess you are. Yeah, like Ray, where some guy in the chat was like, Ray, 1v1 me Street Fighter. He's like, alright, cool, you win. Go ahead, tell your friends.
Yeah, like, I'm too busy to, like,
even acknowledge
take time out for you.
Yeah, it was like, it's not like he's too busy. He's just like, okay. He's
like he just doesn't care.
Yeah, that he's because he cares. Like, all right, like a lot of people are like, it's because like they think, oh, well, you're a Twitch streamer, you gotta do what I blah blah blah. Yeah, that fan entitlement.
Given to your demands.
Yeah, he's like, play me in Street Fighter right now, and it's like,
no, I'm doing this thing.
And it's like, all right, you win. I give up. Tell your friends. And
I surrender.
And somebody was like, play Yu-Gi-Oh. And he's like, I didn't ask what you wanted. Yeah. To be fair though,
Yu-Gi-Oh, then he will.
Yeah, forever. He's like, also Yu-Gi-Oh Sunday, so if you can just wait.
Yeah. And, I mean, if he has a schedule set up.
Yeah, he has a schedule for set up, like, so, and then too, like, Twitch creator, like, I guess content creators in general too.
Yeah.
Would be a good an example of people trying to like provide content, like the Game Grumps, Danny.
Yeah.
Danny's super nice. Danny's super sweet from what I've heard. I hate to think that he's an actual. I don't think he's a douchebag. I hope not.
And Aaron, on the other hand,
Aaron's super nice too. Aaron's a really good guy. I guess people have that. I guess just people talk, like, oh, Aaron's, blah 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 blah.
Because I mean, he puts on a bit of a character for the show.
Yeah, it's a bit, and it can be tiring.
Yeah.
Oh man, sorry, it's getting hot. I gotta take a drink of my non-descriptive beverage.
Oh no! No free sponsorships.
Shut up.
No, like people will be like, "Oh, I don't like this. Play something else," and it's like, no, they're doing this series until it's over, and then eventually they'll probably play something else.
Yeah, and it's just fan entitlement. It ruins it for the most people, and some people get tired. Like some people leave the scene of it. They get tired of it, and it unfortunately gets to dangerous levels, like Sweet Anita, like she had that stalker for a very long time. And
oh yeah,
it was such a hassle, and you hate to see it. Like she's so funny. She's just doing her best to try to like make content for other people, and try to spend her time bringing joy to people. I'm like, come on, you want to be an asshole to someone like that? The hell's wrong with you, man?
I'm staring at the Discord screen, and my eyes hurt so bad.
Why you staring? Is it that the image you sent through Discord?
Yeah.
Well, stop looking at it.
I have nothing else to look at.
Oh, well, look up at the ceiling. It's not like I need you to be facing the mic.
No, it's fine.
You're like, I can't. And like, I'm
dedicated to my craft.
Shut up. But like, it's still, and I guess it's wishful thinking that maybe, hopefully we have enough people to spread enough like positivity and stuff there, like just create a cool environment where we're all just dudes and bros and stuff like that hanging out.
Guys, bros, and peeps.
And I guess people can misconstrue as like them just wanting to come up and like hang out with you and stuff like that. And yeah, that's fine. Just don't be super pushy about it. Don't be like, if you see them and they say hi to you, then it's not like, oh, they're too stuck up to be, whatever. You gotta understand that most, like, only people know what they see on the screen. They're probably a secluded person. Like me and Robert, we're introverts.
Yeah.
But when we were running the club, when we were doing the club rush, we did our best to interact with people. It was
and then we would pass out for like 6 hours.
Yeah, we had to recharge our social batteries and stuff. So you gotta realize that some people just what you see on the screen is like completely different. What you see, like just because you know the person on the video, doesn't mean like you don't know the actual person. Like Markiplier that's it. That's his online persona. He's Markiplier. You may know Markiplier, but you probably don't know Mark.
Yeah, you don't know Mark Fishbach.
Yeah, or like you don't know, Aaron or Dan, and it's like, and then people dictate like who they are. Like another good example, because like it reminded me that they thought that Aaron and Dan were mad at each other.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah, and people like to construct their lives for them and stuff, and it's like, and I guess this podcast doesn't necessarily have to do like confusing the voice actor and stuff like that. I guess now it's evolved to confusing the content creator as well. Like that's another subgenre as well. You're confusing those content creators for them their actual selves, and sometimes that's just how they are, And like Aaron and Dan put on a show. They want people to enjoy themselves, but Aaron likes to just hang out sometimes. Do all this other stuff, hang out with his friends and stuff. I don't think he wants to be berated as Mr. Grump and be like, "Oh, Aaron, you sucked at the other game." He's like, "All right, cool, man. I was just sitting here." He's like, "Dude, I'm just literally sitting here." And
man, I'm just eating my ramen.
Yeah, and Aaron can be super cute about it. He's like, "Hey, sorry, dude," and it's like, "All right, whatever." But then he realized
it does get super tiring.
Yeah, and you gotta remember, you gotta cut him some slack. You gotta get him because like he's doing all this. They're all doing all this stuff, and some of them are assholes. Some of them, some of them that's just a facade. But sometimes it gets tiring. You're performing all this stuff, and I don't know. Like I feel like you should cut them some slack. They're people too, especially Aaron and Dan, because people like to they like to dictate because they see through all they're seeing is what you see in the YouTube videos. They're not seeing the behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just because Aaron and Dan were playing a versus and like that one they did with Riley Ritchie, and he's like, "If you die today, I would feel nothing." You
don't mean that.
Yeah, I don't mean that literally.
It's just heat of the moment.
Yeah, like after the recording, it could be like, Aaron can look over to Dan.
Hey man, I'm sorry about that.
He's like, I didn't mean sorry. She's like, no, like, and Aaron knows, he's like, it's just Dan being Dan. Like me and you, sometimes we make fun of it. Sometimes you call me fat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. I am fat.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's not a joke if it's true.
Yeah, I was like, it's not like anything, but Robert doesn't go all the way of just saying like constantly making fun of my weight. And even I do it too. I did it last time too. I'm fat.
Yeah, I find new things.
Yeah, and Robert, like I don't make fun of Robert because he's in a wheelchair.
I mean, even if he did, it wouldn't affect me.
Yeah, like there'll be times where like Robert's like, "Oh, well, what are you gonna do about it?" And I step up a little. I step on the ledge at the bus stop. I was like, "Well, I have the higher ground." And you're like, oh, "Shit." You're like, literally, you have the higher ground. Or, yeah, it's just like, there'll be times where I steal your little knob thing for the wheelchair.
Yeah.
I give it back. Well, because it looked like a little nipple, and I put it on my man boobie, so it looks kind of funny. Oh man, I missed that. Now that I'm not talking about it, I miss it. But the other one I was bringing up was Gavin. Do you know who that is?
From Achievement Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was an episode that he had, or there was an animated. I think you can find it. I don't know if it's a recent one, but there was a one where people were trying to dictate whether or not Gavin was mad in an episode. And he made a good point. He's like, I wasn't mad. Like, why are you trying to dictate how I feel?
Yeah.
Like, he's like, oh, he was definitely mad in this episode. He said he wasn't, but he most definitely was. It's like, okay. All right. I mean, and like, well, we don't have proof that he wasn't mad. He said he wasn't mad. And like, now he's getting mad because you're just there, like, making assumptions about him.
Yeah.
And
like it's none of your business anyways.
Yeah, and I don't think this was much of a problem pre-internet, like back in the day. Yeah. Well, there was those crazy fans that did find people regardless of the
of the circumstances of the times.
Yeah, but now that we're reaching to the point where it's relatively everywhere, Like you can I have YouTube on like almost all my devices.
Yeah.
So it's like I watch it constantly, and that's all I watch. I don't even watch TV anymore.
Huh.
So it's just I understand that you see, and I guess it's different because these are actual people you're watching. They're not like actors. They're just like,
Right.
hey, come hang out with us, come, do this stuff, and like, I guess they wanted to be like, oh man, he's so cool. Oh man, I want him to be my friend and stuff like that. Hey, Ray Navarez Jr., if you listen to this, you know, just kidding. But no, but I guess you can see how it's like starstruck, where you can be like, oh, it's so and so. It's like, yeah, it's cool and all, but like, I think they're just trying to hang out. Like,
Yeah.
if they're not assholes, I think they'll still like entertain. Like Aaron and Dan would probably be like, "Oh, can I get a picture?" It's like, "Yeah, man, whatever." Like, it's cool, right?
Yes.
But they're
They're
busy.
super busy. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta admit that they're busy and they hardly have any free time and stuff like that. And it's not like they're trying to be dickheads to you. It's just that they're really trying their best to like appease everybody. If you catch them in the wild, I know Dan's taking pictures with people, Aaron's taking pictures of people, but you gotta remember that Aaron's not always grump. You know, he's not always the
Yeah.
mean guy. And Markiplier isn't the goofy go happy and there were instances where even Gavin was having issues because of Achievement Hunter, where people just like throw stuff at him and smack him and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
people were saying, "Oh, when I see Gavin, I'm gonna smack him." And Michael's like, "No, don't hit him. Why would you hit him? What's wrong with you?" And stuff like that. Like, and just because they're the favorite character to rag on, that doesn't mean it gives you the
Yeah.
right to rag on them. They're friends. Like, when I got mad at my other friend because they're making not so fun, you didn't care. I did.
Yeah. I didn't care, but yeah.
It was just like, okay, yeah, man, me and Robert are friends, and I don't make fun of his, cause he's in a wheelchair. I just say like, I was like, oh, what are you gonna do? Catch up to me? And I mess with him, or I take his little knob, or I'd be like, but I don't make fun of your handicap directly. And it's just like,
Do it when it's like you do it in a sort of like it's all in good fun.
yeah. And there's sometimes where it's like you'll mention that I'm out of breath, and like it's a joke because I'm fat. But in the heat,
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever been like mad at each other.
Like genuinely
Man,
angry.
yeah, it's just like, man, whatever, shut up. He's like, make me. I'll come over there and punch you in the butthole.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he'll be like, oh, well, good luck with that. I was like, I like to just throw you out of your chair and punch you in your butthole. He's like, no, don't.
Oh.
Obviously, I'm not going to force Robert out of his chair.
Are you sure about that?
Well, we haven't reached that point yet, so I don't know. I'm just kidding.
There
I'm kidding.
was a point where you're like, I'm gonna tiger drop you out of your chair.
Well, we agreed it wouldn't do anything. It's similar like me punching you against the wall. It's just gonna hurt a
Yeah,
lot.
that's true.
Despite how strong I say I am, there was that one time where you got stuck in the back of the van of the Via
Oh right.
the Via Trans, and the lady's like, oh, and you're just there like do your wheels just rotating. I was like, that's the
You're like,
hold
all right,
on.
let's go.
Yeah, because I had to go talk to my advisor, and you were just there like, alrighty.
Yeah, and I had class in like 5 minutes.
So I just went behind his chair and I pulled him out, and he's like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "All right, let's go. I don't got time for this. Like, we got stuff to do." But it's not that Robert annoys me. That wasn't his fault. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like a big power move.
Didn't it happen like twice already?
Uh,
I want to say that was actually the second time you had to do that, or something similar. No, it was the sand, or not the sand,
the gravel.
the gravel. Yeah.
You got stuck in. You dropped your phone underneath the bus that one time.
Okay, I tend to drop things.
And the one thing is that even though I make fun of I don't make fun of, we make light of the situation because Robert doesn't let his handicap dictate his life.
Yeah.
I know because he won't let me be his provider to make some easy money.
I want to go upstairs. I'm gonna go up some damn stairs. I don't know how, but I'll figure it out.
So, but there was a point in time where Robert broke his wheelchair. Go ahead, Robert. Go ahead and tell him how you broke your wheelchair.
I didn't break a chair.
You shorted out the battery.
That wasn't my fault.
It's the water heater's fault. I'll put some water heater there.
Yeah. To
But-
be fair, it's an old house and the water heater's inside.
No, yeah. So there was a point where he was just in his regular wheelchair, And I did push him around for like a whole semester.
Yeah,
I didn't
or
have
at
a
least as much as you could.
I didn't have a problem with it. Like they were told, I think I pushed you to class as much as I could, or when I could, and stuff. And like he would, it's not that he couldn't do it on his own. You know, I just happened to be there, and I thought, this will be quick. We're going to the same place.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't have an issue with it, and I guess that's how people can misconstrue that. Yeah, like it may feel like hanging out with a friend, but remember that they're not actually, and
They're not actually your friend.
and people misconstrue that with them being nice, and them being like, because everyone's like, oh, he's an asshole. He didn't say hi to me. Probably because you ran up to him and kept bothering him. Did you tell him that? Did you tell him you're all up on their business when they were just trying to take 30 minutes to themselves? Like, yes, they are content creators. Yes, they go to they go to like cons and stuff like that so you can see them. You gotta remember that they're people too. That they're not their character 24/7. Maybe they want to hang out with their friends at a certain con. Maybe they want to hang out with other people. They had a booth. You shook their hand. You got their picture, but you don't know them. It's the same equivalent of telling people like, oh yeah, man, I like that you play Deku and stuff like that. Oh, dude, I love your humor. I love the content you create, man. Keep up the good work. I enjoy it. Okay, that's good, but don't misconstrue that just because they're content creators, that they're like not above as being actors and stuff. They still deserve the same privacy. They're allowed to have a privacy. And I think some asshole's gonna make that point where it's like, oh, well, they didn't want privacy. Then why would they put their lives on YouTube and stuff?
Right. Like, oh, their lives are on display for us. So,
Yeah, but that's just sympathizing with somebody like us. Like, there were times where I got made fun of for liking dumb stuff, and right. There was times where I couldn't talk to anybody about it,
Mm-hmm.
And some of my friends did do their best to humor me and stuff, but I don't think I met anybody other than Robert
genuinely into like the same thing.
Yeah, and there was times where you're like, oh, come on, look at this thing and stuff like that. Like today, you wanted to do Legos and stuff. I'm kind of tired, but eventually we'll speedrun Legos whenever you want it.
Myself.
Thank you.
Tonight.
No, because then you're like, I'm tired, and
I'll platinum the forest by myself.
Shut up, no. But
is that a challenge?
That's not a challenge, no, because I want to play the forest with you. No, I like playing games with you. Stop. But just because now, okay, yeah, but just because I say something like, I make a joke, it doesn't mean you can go and make fun of Robert because he's in a wheelchair. That's not cool. And Robert is onto the point where Robert knows for the fact that I don't see his handicap. Sometimes I forget. I don't see his chair. But shut up, Robert. Okay, talk a little bit more, real quick.
A little more.
Okay, cool. Sorry. Alright. Again, I apologize for the mic and stuff. There are numerous factors that's going on. One of them happens to be that Robert's super sleepy. He just doesn't want to admit it. Yeah, see, I think Discord's messing up again. No, I can't, I literally can't hear you. How close are you to the mic? Oh no, we lost Robert. Oh, there you are. Yeah.
This is me with my face on the mic.
Okay, sorry. It's just that you're cutting out a little bit. So again,
put the mic in my mouth.
First of all, it won't fit in your mouth.
Is that a challenge?
That is a challenge. Go ahead.
No, we are borrowing these.
Yes, I don't know how much these are, but in the long run, I'd like
more expensive than we can afford.
I like to give them back in one piece.
Yeah,
but the I guess because I'm speechless because there are people out there who actually believe that just because you see them, you watch their content all the time, doesn't mean you automatically know them. And there are people out, and that's actually got a lot of people in trouble.
Have I ever told you the story about my brother meeting Shawn Michaels?
Shut up! No, you didn't.
Yeah. So
no, I mean
used to set up.
I wasn't calling you a liar. I just
that I never actually brought up the story.
Yeah, you never brought it up.
My brother used to set up stages for events, like concerts and shows and whatnot.
Oh, like at the Alamo Dome and stuff like that.
Yeah. But he'd travel from here to like Houston and Austin. Like he would stay in Texas, but he'd travel around.
Okay.
And he set up a wrestling event. I don't remember what it was. I don't think it was WrestleMania or anything big.
It was like a Royal
It might have
Rumble.
been. It might have been like SummerSlam or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And he was like walking backstage, about to like go set up something else, and he sees Shawn Michaels driving, and he goes, "Oh snap! It's Shawn Michaels," because he's like a super big Shawn Michaels fan.
Yeah.
And Shawn Michaels sees him. He acknowledges him with his eyes. They lock eyes for about 3 seconds. Very gay, I have to say. And Shawn Michaels gives like the horns, like the long horns,
Yeah.
because he has his hands on the wheel, so he can't really like wave or anything.
Yeah.
He just does the long horns and like nods at him, and keeps driving. And my brother's like super starstruck. And then he goes on to meet, I want to say it was John Cena, and he's like, "Yeah, John Cena's a douche, but he might have just been busy."
Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes it's just like, yeah, stuff like that too, like wrestlers too. Wrestlers, you always hear the bad of it.
I mean, they are just playing characters for
Yes.
the most part.
Yeah, and I understand that. And it is a big gamble to be putting like yourself out there again in Sweden, and then not just her. There was that incident with Gavin and his, I want to say, girlfriend, partner, married. I don't know if they're
Relationship partner.
or like they're in a relationship. I think Meg Turney.
Oh yeah.
So someone showed up to their house with a gun, looking for them, planning to kill Gavin, and I think Meg, or because he was just obsessed with Meg, and he believed that
Right.
Gavin wasn't right for her. And in any case,
Oh,
ended
God,
up
I hate people like that.
and ended up killing himself in the driveway.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Like exactly, like what the fuck is wrong with you people? Like I get that they're popular and they're, you know, like it's just that it's same with everybody. Like you want to be their friends and everything, and they give you that one small acknowledgement because they don't want you to think they're assholes and stuff. But like, come on,
Yeah.
dude, like they're busy. Like you're not their only fan. Like there's other people out there, like Markiplier. He's got like 20 million people out there. Obviously,
Yeah.
he can't get to everybody, and it's sad. But like he still knows, lets you know that he appreciates you. And all this other stuff. Game Grumps, they're doing their best to let you know that, hey, thank you for coming. Danny, too. Danny, like, thank you. Ninja Sex Party and everything. Ninja Brian and them. They're all doing that. And I understand that you love them and stuff like that. But you gotta remember that they're not your friends.
Dan and Brian even go out of their way to sign like hundreds of thousands of CDs
Yeah, so
whenever they have a new album.
yeah. Because obviously you can't. And there may be some people out there who are like, it's like that whole, like, even Danny has his own thing with, like, Matt Mercer.
Oh right, yes, his Matt Mercer stories.
Yeah, like him and like Aaron, like you gotta remember they're people too. They're like, you know, Dan's like, oh my god, like, hey, is that Matt Mercer over there? He's like, oh cool, I should go say hi, but he looks too busy and stuff like that. Like, cause like he's like,
Yeah,
he's Matt Mercer, you know.
he's too busy and handsome.
Yeah, like even Ray is like the Game Grumps is like, oh guys, dude, you guys are so, you know, badass and stuff like, and the feelings mutual, and they become friends and stuff like that. And it's not because they're both content creators and stuff like that. I guess, well, maybe, I guess they understand. And
That
stuff.
might have something to do with it, but
Yeah, they understand that there's the grind and stuff like that. But you know, they're just, you know, friends hanging out and stuff. And sometimes it happens. And I guess people can misconstrue that as like, oh well, maybe if I get in good with them, I can get in good with the Game Grumps and stuff. And which, first of all, that's pretty
and that
scumbaggy.
shouldn't be your mindset.
Yeah, I mean, it's not impossible that you could become friends with like a YouTube or a streamer. Like it just happens, you know.
Right.
Like how, you know, my biological father happens to know John Redcorn. For those of you people who don't know, that is from King of the Hill. You know, John Redcorn, stuff like that.
Remember the show?
Yeah, and like for me, like I kind of don't care. It's like whatever.
You're like, yeah, whatever, cool.
Yeah, but my friends are like, oh, that's so badass. Like, I guess. I mean, I talked to him
Yeah,
like a
I
handful
remember
of times.
I remember you told me, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
And I was like, yeah, that's
All
whatever.
right, next story.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. And we just went on with our day.
Yeah.
But you know, and I feel bad for them sometimes. It's just like they're just trying to be the best that they can. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, it wasn't for us. They wouldn't have, what they have. And it's like, that's some flawed logic. There's some truth to it. Like, yes, the fans are, what keep them going and stuff like that. But you gotta remember.
But they do most of the work.
Yeah, it's like a performance. It's like, I watch like, you don't hear what the Gangrams do. Like, they were doing stand-up comedy classes. They were doing acting classes. They were taking vocal lessons. Like, they were putting themselves to ringer, doing 24-hour live streams just so they can provide good quality content to people. And I mean, me and you are just a couple of scrubs who are just starting out. I mean, I don't know how it is going to be in the future. I don't know if anybody's listening to this in the future. But, I would like to think that maybe we can develop a fan base. And I'm not expecting, like, fucking millions of subscribers.
Like the first month?
Yeah, like, it's only been, like, as of right now, it's only been, like, a couple of days. Like, 2 days, going on 3 days. It depends on when I'm trying to spread these episodes out, so...
Yeah, so people can have stuff while we're busy.
Yeah, because we do have classes and stuff, so... But it's just that, I understand that. And you gotta remember that these are just people trying to do their best to give you good quality content. And they'll try to do their best. They'll do their best to try to get to you whenever they can. Just don't be big swinging dicks about it. Like... You could be that one person to be like, oh yeah, I met, them and stuff like that, and it goes too far, and then you just piss them off, and now they're going to associate that with the negative time, because not only did you be a big douche about it, but now they're going to be like, oh crap, I don't want to go over there no more. And it ruins their mood. Like, a couple people who've had stalkers and stuff, it's so, like, Robert, I can't hear you. Your mic. Robert. No, I'm just fucking. I know yours. No, I was just making sure you were there.
What?
No, I'm just making sure you were asleep because you have a habit of falling asleep in your chair.
No, if I fall asleep, you'll hear me snoring.
Yeah, but we are at 46 minutes. Yeah.
Yay.
But it's just, it.
I'm not gonna do this thing. I'm gonna do another thing.
Well. You gotta admit that, I guess some people out there just maybe not be wired as the rest of us. Like, I guess there are people out there who do have a mental health issue, and there are people out there, like, sometimes they're like, yeah, I understand they have a mental health issue. They should really get that looked at because they can be a danger to themselves and others and stuff.
And there's people who are just douchebags.
Yeah, there are people who like doxing people,
Yeah, just for the sake of doing it.
Yeah, and there are actually bad content creators out there who actually need. And I'm not saying you should. That's even in the case you shouldn't be doing that. Orbital Strout inbound. I'm not saying you should, but
canceled.
But I don't know. I mean, if you have a bunch of people watching your stuff, it is amazing that you're reaching that many people, and if you're spreading a good message and stuff, that could be cool as well. But don't be that person that makes them stop, because a lot of people may look forward to it. There are a lot of people out there who be like, you helped me through a dark time. I love seeing your videos. I love seeing your content. Don't take that from other people. There have been people who see Ray, they like his jokes, they like what he does and stuff, and they like everything about him. But if you get him to the point where he doesn't want to do it anymore, and he ends it prematurely, there are going to be a lot of people out there who are pissed off at you. So, I mean, cut the, again, remember, they're people too. They need a rest, they need to do their own thing. So, we're reaching the end mark of it. Robert, you got anything else to say? Robert.
No.
Robert.
What?
Snake. Saki.
I knew that was coming. No, just don't be douchebags.
Yeah, don't be douchebags to them. Support them. Keep them future endeavor. That you're the reason why they're going when they're going. They love to hear the messages. They love to hear that you love them. That you love the content and stuff. That's what keeps them going. It's impossible. You gotta remember, it's impossible for them to reach out to everybody. It's impossible to get all that, going. But The way they show it is by continuing, what you enjoy, continuing to do it, continuing to be happy about it. Because what's the point of making content if you're not happy about it? It just becomes a chore. It becomes like, it becomes a task, and it's like you don't want that. You don't want it to just become another thing that you want to do. Be like, oh, I gotta record. Oh, I gotta get up and do all this other stuff because because a whole bunch of assholes are ruining it for everybody else because they can't differentiate between people on the internet and people in real life.
I mean, now the grumps, they don't even read comments.
Yeah, they don't.
So that.
Yeah, and Dan too. Dan had to face a whole bunch of hate. I mean, people love him now, but you should have seen it when he first started out, when he took John's place. Yeah. I want to say replace
John, bring back John, blah 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 blah.
Or like Ray, go back to Achievement Hunter, go back to Rooster Teeth.
Let people do things.
Yeah, he went to go stream, and everyone's like, "Oh, we'll give it a few months, and he'll be crawling back to Rooster Teeth where he belongs."
I mean, and now it's working out great for him.
Yeah, he's working out great for him, and I loved it. When I heard that he was leaving Rooster Teeth, I was like, "What? Oh man!" And he's like, "Oh, I'll be streaming." He's like my number one. Top. Like, it's him, the Game Grumps, and it's a tie between the Gamer Girl Gab or Gab Smolders, and I want to say, God, I'm drawing a blank here because there's a whole bunch of. Yeah, well, I was gonna say the Super Best Friends, but they're no longer
right.
They're no longer a team.
So now you get to say Matt McMuscles.
Yeah, Matt McMuscles. Pat doesn't. Pat's one of those guys where he's like, "Man, fuck you. You don't like it. Oh, I'm a fan. You can't do that. Man, fuck you. If you're giving me a hard time for being a fan, you are not a fan." Yeah. There's some asshole who's trying to say that, blah blah blah, and that leads into it. Like, those are the people who call you out about it. Like, someone called him, like, someone was calling him all this shit and giving him shit because all he was doing was talking about his dog. And when they found him, he was like, oh, LOL, I'm used to my comments getting, buried in. I didn't think you'd see this. Oh, that's not what I meant. Blah, blah, blah. Man, no, fuck you. All right?
Yeah.
That's the kind of attitude. It's like, if you're out there pulling that shit on them, you're not a fan. You are just being a dickhead. That's what you're being. In any case, I'm Justin.
Yeah.
I see the Discord messages going up. I see that number 7, Robert.
Well, I think you'll be pleased when you actually see what they are.
Yeah, so next episode. We'll look into it. Me and Robert will discuss
surprise episode again. Yay.
No, it's getting late. We gotta upload the other episodes. So again, I'm Justin. And this is
Steve. I gotta stop doing that. I'm not doing that anymore. He's Justin, I'm Robert, and
we'll see you next. We'll see you next mission. Next mission.